maybe I have to click start. Nice, nice. You almost got me, YouTube. You almost got me. I talked for a good 20 or 30 seconds. Then I clicked go live. So here we are. How's it going, everybody? The thumbnail says Bitcoin's going to 0 and Ethereum's going to 0. That's not true. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, it'll be true in places where you get rug pulled and scammed and, you know, exploited, which happens all the time. But in general, the projects themselves, they're not going to 0. But they would go to 10,000 on Bitcoin and 200 on Ethereum, which kind of sucks. 220 specifically would be a 95% drop from 4,400. And here's the great news. You don't actually have to sit through any of that. There's been $22 million confirmed, raised, received, real money for the SENS Foundation doing medical research, SENS.org. You can donate your crypto there. You can donate your stocks there. You can donate your wire transfers, money there. And it's great. Might save your life, might save your kids' lives, might save your pets' lives. And if it doesn't save any of them, whatever technological advancement is made, it helps humanity for the rest of the time that humanity's around. So it's a really beautiful thing. The highest and best use of any human being is to heal their fellow man. What else? So the sacrifice phase has generated about $150 million so far. Apart from that, aside from that, a separate $22 million has been raised for the SENS Foundation at SENS.org. Let's take a look at the website here. So I'm looking at, I'm going to copy paste the address. I think actually it's, so that 150 million, let me go to Etherscan here and look up some numbers real quick. Etherscan.io. Slap in this contract address. It's actually, it's a normal address. It's not a contract address. Yeah, so there's 167 million in there right now. So my number was a little low. And I think 8 or 10 million came in through BTC, so you wouldn't see this on the Ethereum side. So maybe that's like 175 million. So there's about 175 million that's been sacrificed in the sacrifice phase. And look, there's only, you know, maybe 3 or 4 days left of getting the same rate for your sacrifice. After that, it goes up 5% every day for the next 14 days, and then it's over. So, you know, your time is really limited. The people making this political statement that they believe speech is a protected human right and blockchains are speech, you know, it creates a great set of people to airdrop free stuff to. And in crypto, a lot of free stuff gets handed out. There's a new free airdrop called pHEX from Shapeshift. Go see if you could sell that. Go see if you could, you know, trade that on 1inch.io or Matcha.xyz, MATCHA. Free money, right? So check out that airdrop. See if you get some free money. Maybe you want to sacrifice it. Maybe you want to swap it. A lot of people are doing good with HEX. HEX went up past 20 cents. I think it went to like 21, 22 cents, something like that. And it is up 386,000%, something like that. I'd have to read the thumbnail. Let me go look at the thumbnail here. Oh, I had to read the thumbnail. Yeah, HEX, HEX.com is up in the last 557 days. 386,000% before staking. And then after staking, it's up around double that, depending on how long you were staked for. That's pretty amazing. I mean, Ethereum is only up 14,000% over the entire lifetime of its existence, from when it launched at 31 cents to when it went to $4,400 many years later. So HEX is absolutely dominating and crushing. It's up 750 times higher than Bitcoin over the last 557 days. And Bitcoin went up 20x. So, you know, Hex.com is pretty amazing. So listen to my streams. They're fun. I teach you stuff no one else is going to teach you. I tell the truth no one else is going to teach you. I published a chart that shows you how last cycle we did 85 and 95% drops, which leads to $10,000 Bitcoin and $220 Ethereum. I published those charts, so you can see them on twitter.com/RichardHartWin. If you guys can hear me, type ice cream. There you go. There's a link to my Twitter. So pulsechain.com, largest airdrop ever performed, full fork of Ethereum with all the ERC20s, almost. Maybe one or two will make it. You know, we're not big fans of scams, so. And then Pulse.info is where people are making their political sacrifices. Sends.org/donate. You got to email them if you're going to sacrifice to charity. I'm glad to see a lot of people are now typing in chat that you hear me. Thank goodness. I changed my mic so it shouldn't be clipping anymore, so it shouldn't be like crackly sounding. I'm getting a new preamp, so. What else? Yeah, BSC is now supported for sacrifice. So it's the same address. So these EVM-based chains, you can sacrifice the same address on AVAX or BSC or the Ethereum network. Now, BSC hasn't been added to the Pulse.info front end yet, but, you know, it's been tweeted on all the main channels and into the Telegram, so. And here, yeah, and I'm telling you now. So you can social confirmation across Telegram, Twitter, YouTube, and it'll probably get added to the front end. But, I mean, I think only like 100K or so came in through that chain. It's not really a big deal. I wish I could tell you how much came into Dogecoin. I wish I could tell you how much came into Litecoin, but I haven't had the time to sit there and hack, to edit the wallet DATs, to get them to show all the balances and have a far enough gap limit read ahead to check all the derived addresses. Haven't had time to do that. Get around to it. Sorry, you know. If only blockchains worked better and you know, the infrastructure was there for people to just be able to tell if they got paid. Wouldn't that be great? Then, you know, it would be easy to check balances. What else? So 22 million raised for SENS.org, 175 million sacrificed so far. Time is running out. I think prices are going to dump in Bitcoin and Ethereum hard. I think it's dead cat bounce right now, and it is weak, dead, just looks absolutely terrible, the chart. Sorry for clickbaiting you with that, but hey, you know, I tried this last stream when we had this very important launch. You know, I didn't put some keywords in the title, and we got half the viewers. And I'm like, oh, okay, so this is the game. I have to have these keywords. Fine. Fine. That's what it takes to get twice the viewers. Fine, right? So welcome, everybody. 22 million raised for charity might save your life. This isn't some charity that, you know, you're not going to benefit from. This is $22 million of stuff that'll benefit you, right? There's medical research that'll affect you. This isn't medical research and donation and charity that's going to affect all these other people in the world. This is stuff that will help you. So very happy about that. Is that it? Oh, yeah, we're working on the testnet deployment. You know, choosing servers. It's hard. It's actually like, well, let me rephrase that. When you want to get servers, it is so unbelievably confusing, the number of options that are available to you. Like if I went to an actual, you know, let's say I went to Acme Micro to go buy a bunch of servers. I know I want 64 core epics with, you know, maybe a terabyte or two of RAM just for laughs. And if the sizes are small enough, I want Optane SSDs because they have the lowest latency and the highest 4K random read rate. And then, you know, so that's my memory. That's my, and you obviously get error correcting ECC RAM. So that's my CPUs. That's my RAM. That's my hard drives. I'm good to go. But then you go into this virtual crap, and then they abstract all that, and you know, they won't give, they don't tell you, they barely tell you what chip you're getting. So give me a model number. What model number chip am I getting with this abstracted large instance, whatever this crap? Like, tell me what CPU I'm getting, please. Tell me what RAM I'm getting. What's the speed on the RAM? Like, the stuff that as a retail user you care about in the server world, they've abstracted it to the point where you don't know what you're getting. So am I getting Zen 3 Epic chips or not? Or Gen 3, whatever you want to call it. Am I getting Gen 3 Epic chips or not? And it just sucks to have to beat this information out of the vendors. It's, you know, whatever. The software is done, right? So we just want to show it on GitLab is what we're using. We had to make new directories and, you know, new access controls so that it was sanitized and ready for the public. I haven't had a chance to look where that's at. don't think that's going to take like longer than a day or two. But I don't think that we want to release that code and have people compiling it and running their own testnet version until we have seeded it with, you know, some high performant things so that everyone can like on-ramp and bootstrap their nodes from a good source. So I don't think we can actually release the code in the GitLab until there's some servers out there that are pretty hardcore so that those can seed everybody else. That's pretty much where we're at. And I really want to do that as quickly as possible, because when you see the code, you're going to be impressed. It's really good code. It works. It's been working on private testnet for a good long while now. And I want everyone to be able to see that. And I also want people to notice that we've already improved the Geth code that Ethereum uses in their mainnet, because our improvements have been accepted to it. So I want to brag about that. Look how good our devs are. Look how good our code is. Look, we're saving the environment. No more energy wasting. Look, it's higher throughput, lower fees, lower latency, and better game theory. So you don't have to have 32 Ethereum to be a staker, and you can anybody can be a staker, just delegating their stake with a little bit of just make a transaction. It's just better. It's better game mechanics. It's better throughput. It's just better. Pretty much everything, I guess. I mean, it doesn't have as many dApps being built on it yet because it doesn't exist yet. Let's see. Let's get that. Let's get the testnet out there, and then dApp guys can start building against it. For instance, HEX.com. It would be nice to have a testnet to build against so that you could, show here's your HEX on the Ethereum network and here's your HEX on the Pulse network. It's going to be really cool. Oh, watch is not spinning. Sorry, guys. Let's fix that. When I started these streams, there's all this stuff I have to do, It's like, it's kind of like an airplane. You should have a checklist. Let's do a Superman. Let's release the awesomeness here. I'm a bit quiet. Really? All right, well, I'm going to check my level meter. No, I don't think I am a bit quiet. I don't think I am a bit quiet, buddy. At least in OBS, I'm hitting yellows as I talk to you here. So now usually I'm just clipping and like maxing it out. So maybe I'm a bit more quiet compared to my normal having it too hot. But I gotta, I've requested that a auto gain control, very expensive preamp, be ordered. We'll see if my acquisition guys actually end up getting it. It's like kind of a rare little piece that I've ordered. Hopefully it fixes my manually changing my gain woes. All right, let's look at chat's questions here. Is there anything else? There's got to be something else cool. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, there's some big hack. Thorchain got hacked. They lost either 8 million or 24 million, depending on whose tweets you read. Some other big hack on BSC today. Some pool of some sort. I don't know. I didn't even look into it. What else? Another thing is, you see these videos of miners. It was originally reported to be China, but then it was reported to be Venezuela, and now it's reported to be Malaysia. A video of a steamroller running over a bunch of ASIC miners and destroying them. That only matters if you need ASIC miners. And if you don't need ASIC miners and you get rid of proof of work and you stop destroying the environment and you stop enriching mining companies and you stop enriching electric companies and you stop dumping the price to pay for mining hardware and electricity, then the world's a better place. And so with Pulse Chain, pulsechain.com, you're not going to have governments running over ASICs because they're angry or whatever, because there's no ASICs to run over. Sorry, guys. This stuff doesn't require any specialized hardware. You're out of luck, homies. What, are you going to run over everybody's computer? So pulsechain.com solves so many amazing things. It's really, 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 really awesome. You got Elon Musk on TV and talking about how he wants to save the environment. And he made a whole car company to save the environment, but he doesn't. He supported Bitcoin, but now he doesn't because it, wastes so much electricity. And they're like, hey, I got this solved for you already, man. Elon Musk, I already have this solved for you, dude. Come and play with the testnet when it's up. Like, so easy, so easy. How do we exchange our points for Pulse? When you sacrifice, you just enter a set of people that sacrificed. Anyone in the world could airdrop that set free stuff if they want. The only thing I know of that's being airdropped to that set or planned to be airdropped to that set currently is the native token of the Pulse Chain network, which is PLS, Pulse, and it's a decision as to whether it will just be automatic and your keys will just work, which is doable. It is doable. So the same keys that you used to control your wallet that you sacrificed, or if you sacrificed on other chains that issued you unique addresses or required a memo, then you in the memo or in MetaMask already told the database what your address in MetaMask was, so that it will be, the keys that can use that address can also just use it on the new chain. Because like your address to sacrifice on BSC is the same as your address on Ethereum, is the same as your address on AVAX. And so like that same thing works for Pulse Chain. So your keys that access those and all those networks will also access it on the Pulse Chain network. So it's the same kind of idea. So it's a decision as to whether it's just going to work, which probably that's how it's going to work, or maybe you have to like perform a little transaction or something and press a button and do a little computation, right? But there's neither one of those is going to be hard. They'll both be relatively easy. I like how Doge is in the title. Yeah, you can sacrifice your Doge. So go to Pulse.info and you can sacrifice your Doge. I have no idea. Don't neglect my dynamic range. You guys are really going to make me go touch this thing? God, you know what? If I start clipping again, it's on your fault, chat. It's all your fault. All right. Hopefully that's louder. It's a little bit louder. I don't want to clip, man. I hate clipping. Why aren't these things spinning? Oh. All right. I know why they're not spinning. Sorry, guys. Now they'll spin. Yeah, look, guys, I'm not touching the mic again. It is what it is. You turn your speakers up, okay? How's that? I got my level meter. I'm just slightly over the middle of yellow. I'm not turning my mic up anymore. I'm not going to trust you guys over my level meter. I'm going to trust my level meter. Because usually I think this thing clips even when it's not in the red. Because I'm like never in the red and I still had clipping. Back to the questions here. At the moment of the fork, will P Uniswap pair of pHEX Pulse work right away? It will work very rapidly, I think. You want to make sure that Pulse launches at 0 value, and you want to make sure that all the ERC20s launch at 0 value, because in some countries, if you receive a thing or are considered to receive a thing, and it's hard to say whether you really have received it or not, that's why I'm talking about that. Do you have to click a button or not to mint your stuff? Because then if you do, then you didn't receive it yet. Things like that, right? Like we want this thing to launch at 0 value. So probably your keys will just work, because then you had Dominion and Control maybe the earliest, and then they were at 0 value when you got them, and therefore you couldn't have sold them for anything, and therefore your cost basis should be 0, and therefore you shouldn't have tax. Notice, I'm not an accountant, not a lawyer. Consult your own professionals. This ain't professional advice. But in general, if you receive something that has no value, it's not taxed because it has no value. And then if you leave some lag time in there where you just, hey, this really isn't worth anything yet. Look, you can't do anything with it yet. Just like when Satoshi launched Bitcoin, he's got 1 million Bitcoin and he doesn't owe any tax on them because he didn't spend them and turn them into money and, incur a taxable event. Thus, we're very cognizant not just of network things, but other things, and we try and optimize for everything. I hope that answers your question. Can we sacrifice BNB Smart Chain? Yes. Is it true we can send Ethereum to that address? You can send BNB wrapped Ethereum to the BSC address, yeah. I mean, basically, I want everyone to sacrifice their BNB, and I don't know whether BNB users just don't use the BSC Smart Chain that much, and whether some extra thing has to be done to allow them to do that. But I would love for the whole world to be able to sacrifice their BNB. That would be great. We're bringing you adoption. You want to be used as a payment network? Congrats. Let's see people use it. So Pulse.info, but BSC and the BSC stuff's not on Pulse.info. It's on Twitter and stuff, but really it's the same address. So you're just paying supported tokens to the same address. And I think that I think one supported token that added there that wasn't anywhere else, like this TUSD thing, it's okay there, because you just go to PancakeSwap and look at all the liquidity, and you're like, all right, well here's all the top liquidity, and they're all like 50M plus, so fine, like okay, those will be okay. Now, checking your questions here. Was so excited to get a bunch of PRC20s on the Pulse side, but I sold all my ERC20s for HEX. Yeah, well, man, price went up 380,000%. Not bad, not bad. I want to pull that number actually, so let me go to. I guess I'll just draw the chart over again. Just draw the chart again. Fine. Or maybe I've already got one here. Ooh, I've already got one here. Wow, it's my lucky day. Yeah, I mean, HEX's price went up 386,611%. So, and that's before staking. Wow. Like, oh, by the way, I didn't mention it. We're a 2x away from flipping Ethereum and having a higher market cap than it. Hilarious. Like, but no positive news anywhere. No, like it's a secret still. Like this, what we're doing right here, raising $22 million for charity in a day, getting $175 million sacrificed, launching the world's largest airdrop, saving the environment, all that stuff. Crypto media is keeping it secret. Like it's not happening. It's happening, guys. Yeah, it's happening. It's just like, yeah, HEX is up 386,000%. It's happening. It's hilarious, man. It's hilarious. I just think about all of the people that could have had life-changing wealth that didn't because the scum hid important information from you. Wow. And these people walk around thinking they're good people. Nope, not good people. Disgusting, horrible people. Absolutely crazy. So, back chat. I gotta memorize this number until we hit another new all-time high. That happens so like often. 386,000. Well, that's like nearly the same number of 386. That's like a CPU architecture. Cool. Are you happy with the sacrifice number so far? I mean, I think that they're still low. Like, I don't think 175M is where we're going to land. I think a lot of people are trying to time the market. And, if you're sitting on Bitcoin and Ethereum, I am bearish on their prices. So good luck hoping that you could sacrifice those for more. People that have been sitting on HEX, they've been maybe trying to time the market, hoping that the insane upwards price appreciation continues. But dips are in the game. You don't know, like we went to 22 cents, you get 33% dip, and then it goes up again, and it's really hard to time the market, man. It's really, really, really hard to time the market. So I know that you've got maybe 3 more days to play around like that until the rate starts going up 5% every day. So, I mean, my gut feeling is that a bunch of people will pile in just before that rate goes up. It's my guess. We'll see, and it kind of sucks that we can't even tell what's going on in Dogecoin and Litecoin because their infrastructure is such trash. That's really stupid. Like, it's like, what? Yeah, you just can't tell if these addresses have been paid or not. Okay, cool. Good job, guys. I guess I'll have my devs go and do that work to make your network better for you. Just crazy. Yeah. So, how do you solve runaway share inflation? What are you talking about? Shares are, oh my God. Let's answer that question. You want to know how much a share costs? Let me tell you a story. So shares used to cost 60 cents per T-share. Now a T-share is just, it stands for terashare, which stands for trillion. It's just a trillion shares. So there's just a bunch of shares so we can have math precision and division. Hold on. So a T-share used to cost 60 cents. A T-share has been as high as now $3,000. So it went from 60 cents to $3,000. A T-share costs more than an Ethereum. So this person asked, what are you going to do about runaway T-share inflation? What runaway T-share inflation are you talking about? Because from what I've seen, the price has gone up. Let me do the math. So we've had a T-share at 31.22 on July 16th yesterday. So let's do that math. 31.22 US dollars over 0.60. That's 5,200x. And that's in 557 days. So someone in chat asks, what are you going to do about runaway T-share inflation? But then I go and check the chart, and the price of a T-share in dollars has gone up 5,200 fold. What? Huh? I don't, the only chart I know of in the world better than the HEX.com price chart is the HEX.com share price chart. The price chart's only up 386,000%. The share price chart is up 520,000%. What do you want? Guys, I invented the best performing asset in the history of mankind. I invented it. And the HEX community made it amazing. The HEX community mints their own coins. The HEX community delays their gratification. The HEX community has huge meetups in Las Vegas. The HEX community has been buying Lamborghinis, McLarens, Maybachs, G63s. Not sure it's 63, but some G-Wagon looked awesome. I think it's a 63. Houses, vacation trailers, boats, Rolexes. And they've been buying their kids' cars. I've seen a guy buy his 3 sons each a Model 3 Tesla. Someone just bought their mom a car. Somebody bought a Ferrari too. I forgot about him. New. Like, these things are like, you know, many of them are very brand new, and some of them are like, you know, this year. So like, what do you want? What do you want, guys? What do you want? Perfect, flawless operation, we have that. 100% uptime on the front end, we have that. 100% uptime on the contract, we have that. 100% uptime on the trading, we have that. Everything is perfect. Everything's perfect. The price chart is amazing. We're taking over. We're totally taking over. There's people getting HEX tattoos everywhere. So now we've got the best financial application that's ever existed, in my opinion. Nobel Prize winning. Where else can you see people lock up their money for 5.7 years on average, millions and millions and millions of dollars? I don't know of any other financial product like that. You buy a house, you can sell it. You buy bonds, you can sell them. You buy T-bills, you can sell them. But you get a HEX stake and you lock it up for 15 years, you can't get out before 7.5 and get your principal back. You know, you're going to take a haircut if you try and pull out early. And if you try and pull out super duper early, you get absolutely nothing. So it's the largest, strongest belief system I've ever seen, where people believe so strongly that they'll lock up their money for 15 years. I mean, to get an average of 5.7, you have got to have a lot of 10 and 15 year stakes to cancel out the 1 and 2 year ones. So it's really an amazing, world-changing innovation. It's changing people's lives. It's saving people's lives. It's getting people that were suicidal to have something to think about in their future that keeps them in the game. And look, there's a large portion of people out there that are suicidal. You know, your number one cause of death in your 20s is you. The most likely thing to kill you in your 20s is yourself. People don't realize that. So the fact that HEX actually increases mental health and stability is amazing for the world. And it was an unintended side effect that I never even anticipated. So, yeah, like HEX.com is amazing. PulseChain.com is amazing. Now we've got the best financial application. We're going to have the best network. And then what's next? You know, let's just take over everything. Since everyone else is lying and hiding and just harming you, since everyone wants to get you to margin trade and lose all your money, since everyone wants to get you to hop in and out of different coins to lose all your money, forget all that. Like, no, we don't need any of these people. We don't need any of these other people. The HEX community can route around all of these guys. The HEX community is taken over. We're not here. We're already number 3 market cap cryptocurrency. We're about to flip Ethereum. If Ethereum dips a little bit, flipping it becomes even easier, by the way. We're only a 2x away from flipping it now. If the HEX price went up to 44 cents, we'd already have a higher market cap than Ethereum. And Ethereum's only second behind Bitcoin. So in my opinion, or let's just look at the chart, if HEX continues to do what it has been doing, it is going to be the number 1 market cap cryptocurrency, period. And we're already 3. We're already number 3. So Am I Scottish? No. How delegated POS will work. You go to a website. The website makes it easy for you to perform the transaction that you want to take your coins and delegate their stake to another validator, and you choose which validator that is. I mean, you'll have more specific details when you can actually test this stuff out when testnet comes up, because those screens are already done. I mean, we've published the screenshots of them on twitter.com/pulsechaincom. Does sacrificing a certain crypto make a difference? I mean, it's you're just trying to time the market, right? So you're getting your USD time-weighted average price USD value. So they're all equivalent on that basis. Yeah. HEX is the best kept secret in the world. Might be getting viral now. We might be getting there. It might finally be, this might be the point at which we take over. This might be the beginning of virality. We'll see. I mean, if you look at the chart on etherscan.io of new users, you know, put on 1,000 or 2,000 new users a day is pretty awesome. So the chart was like this, and now it's curving up. This could be the beginning of virality. Stream on Twitch? Nah, it takes too much work. Here's the problem with Twitch. I can stream 4K on YouTube. I can't stream 4K on Twitch. So then I have to ruin my stream and put it down to 1080 to stream on Twitch. No. I used to, but I'd rather stream at 4K. Somebody says it's a trio: Pulse, HEX, and the exchange, and then the game is completely taken over. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, just need some good fiat on-ramps. Yeah. How about BUSD on BSC? Yeah, you can sacrifice that. I like Rand, but how crazy for him to tell you to give advice on investing 100K but not mention HEX. You were gentle. It's weird. It's like, I hate the question, you know, because it's like, is Bitcoin better than the US dollar? Yes, it averages 2x per year over the US dollar. Even though I think it's going to dip down to 10K, you know, usually it goes up to, you know, 2x per year on average. So, but is Ethereum better than it? Yes. From the COVID dip to the local top, Ethereum went up 45x or more. Like Ethereum went from $88 to $4,400. So I'll do that math for you real quick. 4,400 over 88. It did a 50x. And Bitcoin went from 3,800 to 65,000. And that's a 17x. So Ethereum ran up 50x and Bitcoin only ran up 17x. So if you like restrict my choices and make me choose things that are suboptimal but still rank them, Bitcoin's better than the dollar, Ethereum's better than Bitcoin, and then HEX is up 750 times past Bitcoin. So it just kind of sucks to be issued a question in the format of, don't tell us the thing that's 750 times better than this other thing, but just tell us the other thing. It's like, man, come on, dude. Why do we got to play this? Bitcoin is not going to do a 10x in any reasonable time. Like, it's just going to take too long. Like, let's do the amazing things. I mean, HEX did a 2x over the last week. Like, come on, you know? So I think I represent everything more accurately and more truthfully than anyone else I've ever heard. I tell you that things dip. I tell you that when you buy tops to sell bottoms, you're losing and giving your money to people that bought bottoms and sold tops. I tell you about the risk. I tell you everything as accurately as I can, more accurately, you know, than anyone else I know in the space. How many other people are quoting you the real measurements? This was the bottom, this is the top, this is the ratio, look at the ratio difference. This is just math I'm showing you. This is like verifiable on the chart. So I think because I'm so honest about everything, I think I should be able to say, yes, if you bought HEX on January 5th of last year, the share prices that you would have got staking are up 5,000 fold, and the price is up 386,000 fold, 386,000%, 3863 fold. Like, why can't I just say that? You know, that'd be better. I'll have to figure out. I'm not used to being restricted in that way. I'm gonna figure out a way to like route around it, or just not play. I'll just be like, listen, Ethereum's better than Bitcoin. Bitcoin's better than the dollar, and HEX is better than all of those combined. So, like, as far as price appreciation goes. My HEX account has far surpassed my annual salary. Thank you for giving me the opportunity I missed with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Congratulations, Nathan. Well, I don't know how many questions I missed here. This is true crypto. Yep. Can we sacrifice USDT on the BSC chain? Yes. So much gratitude to you, Richard Hart. HEX was a once-in-a-lifetime home run. Well, it's not really once in a lifetime because I don't think that it's going to slow down. I think, looking at the chart, that it's curving up. And so the awesome performance you had before may even be eclipsed by the awesome performance you could have now. So, I mean, I think HEX is still the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, but now we've got Pulse, and so maybe it's 4 times in a lifetime. I don't know, man. I'm just saying, like, we're at the beginning still. I'm glad that you did amazingly well. Yeah. Where's the best place to buy HEX? Go on hex.com/buy and stake. BUYANDSTAKE, and you know, it gives you some heads up. Richard's talk about HEX makes me not want to sacrifice HEX for Pulse. Hey, man. I mean, look, people ask me this all the time, and I pull out of my butt this guess that if you have 1/3 HEX, whether it be liquid or staked, then you're going to get that on 2 chains when the fork happens, and that's nice. Then you're going to have, like, doubled your HEX. And I don't think, I prefer not to see cheap HEX anywhere. So it wouldn't surprise me if they had the same value on both chains. Don't know. We'll see, right? Nobody knows. It's an experiment. So with the, and then that leaves you 2/3 left over that you could sacrifice. And basically, like, the membership in t.me/pulsechain.com has 10% more users than t.me/hex crypto. And why is that? Hex Crypto channel has been around for 10 times longer, but the Pulse chain chat room is larger. So I really think that there's a lot of interest in Pulse, and I think it's a much easier product for people to understand. Hey, it's Ethereum, but it doesn't blow up the environment, and it has higher throughput, and it has cheaper transactions, and you can stake it in a more decentralized manner that doesn't incur all the centralization of what they're trying to build with ETH 2.0, where people have already lost over 100,000 ETH to centralized parties stealing all their ETH, losing the keys. Yeah, like, people understand it easier. With HEX, because it was the first of its kind in the world, it's still very hard to get people to understand what it is. It's very hard to get people to understand what it is, which is weird because, you know, I feel like everybody that's in it understands it really well. I mean, maybe having the world's largest airdrop also touches so many communities that it just on-ramps new users quicker. Can we sacrifice USDT on the BSC chain? Yes. Asked and answered, round 2. But I'm lagged by like 8 minutes. So. What's the best way to buy pHEX on the first day? I'm not sure. I mean, maybe wait until bridges are up, and then you'll be able to, well, it depends on what you want to buy it with, right? So, like, once the chain state is up and everything's running, you'll have Ethereum, like, you'll have Uniswap on Pulse. It will be there. And so if there's a front end open for it, which I'm pretty sure there will be, you can just swap other tokens that you might have for that. So you can either use all the automated market makers that will be on Pulse at or near launch, and then otherwise you can, when the bridges are up, you can use the bridges and then trade value back and forth with Ethereum. So it's going to be fun. Testnet is going to make all this really obvious because we'll get to experiment with it. I caught the 2x, but some of y'all caught the 10x, much respect. Some of them caught the 3,800x. Does a T-share price of pHEX start over fresh? Nope. It starts over exact. It's there's no starting over. It's the exact same code, literally bit for bit identical, exact same code with the exact same identical system state, and therefore any stakes that you have, any T-share price, any of that stuff is going to be identical on both systems. Unless you're rounding it to USD instead of hex value, and then nobody knows yet because, you know, it launches at 0 value. But the value of a T-share in hex terms is identical. Are we early on Pulse? Well, yeah, since the testnet's not even out yet, I would say you're pretty early. Can we sacrifice the European central banks? Well, good joke, but you could sacrifice euros to the sends.org bank accounts. What's the minimum number of years you have to stake for? 0. You can stake for a single day. By the way, like, subscribe, tell your friends. Click the subscription button, the bell. Do it. We're here changing the world. We've got less than 2,000 viewers, and we just raised $22 million for medical research that could save your life. You know any other cryptocurrencies out there that are investing in medical research that could save your life? I don't know any that have raised 22 million. Like, come on. We're literally trying to save your lives, the lives of your families, your kids, their descendants. Please, like, spread the word. What day are we on? I'm so sleep deprived that, like, I've had some sleep now, like, thank God. I'm not really sure. I think we're on day 2, but you'd have to check the history, like see when the announcement was made on Twitter and on Telegram. So I don't feel like checking it. Feels like day 2 to me. Can you talk about the bridge? It's too complicated, man. Just wait for it to come out or read about other bridges. It's going to be similar. Without the admin key crap. No admin key crap. Nobody can steal all your money or freeze all your money crap like MATIC has. Oh yeah, hey, look, we have an admin key that can just steal everybody's money. What? No. Horrible. The opposite of why cryptocurrency was invented. People forgot that legends are amongst us, just like Michael Jordan. Richard Hart is a legend. HEX is a legend, and Pulse Chain will become a legend as well. Thanks, man. Richard Hart will be mainstream soon. That would be nice. I mean, I'm out here trying to save the planet, man. I'm trying to save the environment. I'm trying to save people's lives. I'm trying to make people happier, healthier, you know, have longer health spans, have better relationships, stop gambling, stop drinking, stop doing drugs, stop playing video games. I'm out here doing everything I can, man. I'm living the best life I can live. So if more people were aware of that, I think it would be nice for the world. Hi, Richard. Love your top left Rolex. Glad I found you. Thanks, mate. Buying HEX soon. Thanks, man. What should I learn to build on Pulse? Man, I really, can you imagine how can you imagine how high the HEX price would be if people could have shorted it? Here's what happens when you give people the opportunity to short. And I wish that they could short HEX. Oh, I wish. People don't understand that what I invented is a miracle. And it does exactly what it was designed to do, and it operates perfectly. They don't get it. They're not used to it. No problem. They don't know how to look at the chart. They don't know how to read code. They don't know how to listen to the words that I say. Okay. Well, then why don't you dum-dums go ahead and short it? And then here's what happens when you short. You borrow some HEX, you sell that HEX, and you owe it back. And you hope that the price goes down so you can buy it back cheaper, and you made the difference. You made the profit. But in cryptocurrency, what usually happens is people will short, and then the price will go up, and then they have to buy back way higher than they ever thought was possible. And in effect, what shorting does is it turns haters into people that end up buying your coin at higher prices than they ever thought possible. So they sold, hoped to be able to buy higher, oops, and the price went up, and they lose all their money, and their money gets turned into a purchase order. I wish all of the haters could short HEX so they could learn about the dangers of shorting and get liquidated and end up buying it. And then turning your haters into buyers is just beautiful. Unfortunately, I'm unaware of anywhere in the world where you can short HEX, and I eagerly await the ability for haters and people that can't listen to my advice that you shouldn't short, it's a bad deal, to get liquidated. That would be awesome. If any of you DeFi guys want to build that out so that people could borrow HEX and short it and get liquidated, I'd be very happy. Richard would be periodically updating the leaderboard. I mean, look, I don't have a leaderboard. Someone made one, but the one that they made, it just rounds to daily values, so it's pretty inaccurate. So it's kind of a pretty weak sauce leaderboard. But apparently, if you guys donate him some money, he'll upgrade his subscription to like have faster than daily updated prices. But I don't know. Like, I tweeted it. Go look into it. I mean, I'm too busy doing other stuff, man. Like, I really wish people could see these sacrifices in real time. But I mean, like, this phase is going to be over soon, man. So building a bunch of infrastructure that's only going to last for like the next 16 days. So let's say we're on day 2. There's 14 days after the first 5, so there's 19 total. So I mean, if this is like day 2, then there's like 15 left. So to build to assign devs to build infrastructure that's only going to last for 15 days is kind of like, you guys could be doing better stuff, you know? So if the community wants to go and improve that situation with looking at sacrifices, cool. I showed a legacy finance guy the average stake length, and he was blown away. It sold him on it. Yeah, it's amazing. It's miraculous. It's Nobel Prize worthy, in my opinion. Come on, no Bentleys. I don't know of any Bentleys that got bought by Hexkins yet. When can we buy Pulse Chain? Well, it would have to exist. I can tell you that you can sacrifice your crypto to make a political statement to enter the sacrifice set, and free things can be airdropped to that set. And it is planned that Pulse Chain is one of those free things that's planned to be dropped to that set. And it's at a ratio of about 10,000 to 1 points to dollars to Pulse during this first 5 days, of which I think the first 2 might be over now. Can you explain what you corrected Trayvon James regarding the bonus? Yeah, Trayvon thought that the volume bonus ranking got redid every day, so you could try and time it to get in a day when there wasn't a lot of volume. It doesn't work like that, because we don't want people to try and game the system like that. If you're the biggest guy, you deserve the best deal. If you're the smallest guy, you deserve the least bonus. It's fair. It's very fair. So it just re-weights everybody across the first 5 days that are at that beautiful, 10,000 to 1 rate. And at the very end, it's only like 5,000 to 1. So it's because the rate doubles over time. It goes up 5% per day for 14 days, which leaves you at 1.98x increased rate, which means your rate per dollar value of sacrifice time weighted is half. So instead of 10,000, it's 5,000. So, it was designed very intelligently to be fair and reward those that deserve the best deal with the best deal. Period. And so that whole first 5 days is, and actually, I'm sorry, I'm misstating that. It's not the first 5 days. It's the first, 16 days. 17, 18, 19, they have a lower rate. It maxes at 1.75 instead of 2.5. And people don't understand that's half. So a 1.5x, a 2.5x is 150% bonus. And half of 150% bonus is a 75% bonus. And that's a 1.75x. So when you cut the bonus from 250 by half, it actually becomes 1.75, which is 75. So it's just funny that, like, if you see a 2.5x, you think half of that bonus is 1.25, but it's actually 1.75. It's a funny little math thing that even I didn't notice at first and was publishing 1.25, and then someone pointed out, and they're like, it's actually 1.75. So I'm like, yeah, good point, man. I didn't notice that. So basically, the bonus maxes out at half the rate for the last 3 days. And it's flat weighted instead of weighted by volume. So these first, the first 5 days plus 11 of the next 14 days are in that giant ranked list of whoever did the most volume got the best rate. Then those last 3 days are on a lower scale, and they don't apply in that same volume thing. Every person who believes in crypto should own HEX. All right. Why is HEX not on CoinMarketCap? It is on CoinMarketCap at position 201. And it's been on CoinMarketCap at position 201 for, I don't know, a year. Because they're not good at their job. It's really that easy. I mean, they're basically lying. So it's called, you know, they present you the idea that they rank things by their market cap. And then you go look at position 201, and the market cap is the number 3 market cap, and it should be at number 3. But, or actually, they don't even have the circulating supply right. So, look, they're bad at their job. What do you want me to tell you? We're good at what we do. They're not good at what they do. It's really that easy. They're lying. They're misleading people. They're literally costing people millions and millions and millions of dollars by misleading them. It's disgusting. If you work at that company, you should feel bad. I mean, like, fix your stuff. Stop lying. It's really easy to stop lying. It's not hard, you know, like, just stop lying. Wish my screen would brighten up. Come on, buddy. What's the minimum years you have to take? No years, just 1 day. Are people injecting more money into Pulse than they did into HEX? I don't really know. I didn't compare the two, actually. It's a good question. I think there's a lot more in Pulse sacrifices than there were when HEX launched. Because I think day one HEX launched, there was only like maybe 4 million, 4.5 million or something like that. I don't know. So, I mean, this day one was like, 40, 50 million. I can't remember exactly. Richard Hart, you must get a lot of sexy women. I do pretty well with the ladies, I must say. Hey, Richard, can you share what it was like growing up being you? When do you realize you're genius, and what was that like? Basically, I was in elementary school and kindergarten, and I was so smart, like, everyone would like grab me to try and get me on their team for whatever that we were doing. I don't remember. And they pulled me out of class one day. I think I was maybe only in kindergarten for like a week, maybe. And they pulled me out of class and maybe do some tests. And then they're just like, yeah, you're too smart for here. And they just sent me to a different school. So I was like, they sent me to an all black school with a gifted program. So now I talk funny when I get angry. Or, you know, my black accent comes out sometimes. It's pretty funny. And then I just went to like super amazing schools ever after. Like up until like middle school was the best. We learned set theory, scheme programming, you know, syllogistic inference, modus ponens, modus tollens, logic. We learned logic before math. It was just insane. I went to the smartest middle school ever. If you want to see how smart the stuff is we learned, just type MEGSSS curriculum into your browser and go read the curriculum for like the Math Elements program that they have. You won't even recognize any of the words. It's insane. Like, I look at them now and I'm like, I learned this? Wow. I must have been really smart. I don't like centralized exchanges. If you can use a decentralized one, I fully support you doing that. 1inch.io, Matcha.xyz, Uniswap. If you can avoid using a centralized exchange, do. They steal your money. I don't like them. Richard for president, thanks, man. For those who don't know and keep asking why not CMC, there's a lawsuit in progress against them for their fraudulent gatekeeping. Oh, cool. I don't think the world is a better place when you straight up lie about things. It's very easy to measure a market cap. What's the last traded price? What's the circulating supply? Okay. That's it. You multiply the two. It's very easy. Can you tell us something you wish was better in the world? Man, it's like an infinitely long list. So I wish banks had better hours. I wish they had more branches. I wish you could, you know, sell crypto out of your front yard to whoever you want, like a lemonade stand, but they've even made those illegal. So, I mean, there's so many things that could be better. Need more medical research. And we need to advertise better behaviors for people. So if you want to make the world a better place, you want people to call their parents more, advertise it. You want people to eat healthier and work out more, advertise it. But what do you see advertises for? Gaming, drinking, drugs, just stuff that hurts people is what you see advertisements for. And so we have a worse world because of that, because advertising works. So if you can get people to advertise better behaviors for humans, the humans will have better, healthier, happier lives. Somebody says, don't expect a 1700x from here though. 10x would be great, but biggest gains are always early in the life of a crypto. Hey, that's a cool story, bro, but let me ask you a question. Why is the chart going up more? Why is it getting more parabolic, bro? Because that means the rate's increasing, bro. And this is even on the log chart. So I don't agree with what you're saying. I mean, I would agree with what you're saying for most cryptocurrencies. But the fact that there's been so much gatekeeping and we're pre-viral and that the chart is rolling up, the users' new addresses per day is scrolling up, you could see faster gains now than we saw earlier in HEX, because that's what the chart is showing. It's showing exponential curving up. I mean, look at Bitcoin, right? Did you think that it would go up to 66.5 million X returns? Now, it did go up slower over time. So I would say your statement is accurate for Bitcoin and accurate for Ethereum. But their charts were doing this, and our chart is doing this. So I'm not sure it's accurate for HEX. I don't think it is. Look great today? I just woke up, so sweet. Usually if you wake up, you're all puffy faced and looking silly. So if I lost a lot of weight. This shirt's actually getting baggy. Look at this. A baggy shirt on me? What? Crazy. Yeah, I dropped like, I was 263.5 or 0.8. And then now I'm like 250. I was like 249 yesterday. So I may have lost like 13 pounds. That's good. It's progress. Need to keep doing that. That's what I'm doing, man. I'm just having cans of tuna. And it's easier when they're like in oil instead of water, and then you just drain most of the oil out, but it still tastes good, and you don't have to like add mayonnaise or anything. And then I'm not even using big cans. I'm using like smaller cans. Hungry? Have a big glass of water and a can of tuna. There you go. So it's working fine. Randy Hilarski says, I unstaked HEX today and it cost me $85 worth of gas in Ethereum. Hello, Pulse Chain. Yeah, I feel you, man. Let's make the world a better place. Am I in a dream? Because a lot of my dreams are becoming reality. Nice, man. You represent everything I've known but couldn't put into words. Thank you. Richard, do you think HEX prices will be too expensive or out of reach? You have to understand that prices are a function of supply and demand. And the supply of HEX keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and the demand keeps getting larger and larger. So unless you see that ratio changing, unless you can show me where this extra supply is going to come from, or show me where the demand is going to go down instead of up, then I don't think the prices are high at all. I think you can only consider prices high if you're going to have a decrease in demand or an increase in supply. It's really that easy. It's really that easy. You don't even understand how high the price can go. Like HEX could be worth $1 trillion. Like that, like that, really, really easily. Because you got to understand that's a fake number. Like that number, you can't get rich on that number. You can't trade the market cap chart. You can't get rich on market cap. You can't trade the volume chart. You can't place orders in the volume chart. The only thing that matters is price. And, you know, right now the price is extremely liquid. So if you want to sell $1 million, you're going to get 3% slippage. It's awesome. It's amazing. Go try and sell $1 million anything else and see how much slippage you get. And then, you know, that number actually keeps getting lower. So as the market, as the price goes up, the liquidity gets thicker, and then your slippage on selling $1 million is lower. So it's it's a miracle. It's an absolute miracle. HEX.com is an absolute miracle. And what was your question again? I don't remember your question. Oh, the price going up. Yeah, so what matters is the price. That's the only thing that you can sell and fill your orders and, sell for dollars and buy a car with, or buy a house or whatever, Price is what matters the most. I'm so behind on questions that a bunch of them got deleted. Richard, the type to skip kindergarten to high school. I did skip my senior year of high school and go directly to college. So I did early admissions. Somebody asked my birth sign. I'm a Libra. There you go. I'm from Stockton. Do the accent? Nah, you'll go watch my interview with the gentleman of crypto. You get all that accent you want. We ever put HEX and Pulse on a NASCAR? I don't do anything. In HEX, you do all the work. I just sit around. So there's no expectation of profit from the work of others here. This isn't a security. You do all the work. You lock up your coins. You burn your coins. You mint your rewards, just like a Bitcoin miner. You want some advertising? Go get some advertising. You guys got millions and millions and millions of bucks. You guys are buying Ferraris, Lamborghinis, McLarens, Maybachs. You guys do it. Go ahead. Not getting it from me. Richard, HEX necklace backwards. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your kind words. Consider it fixed. Richard Hart, thank you, Richard Hart, for giving us all financial freedom. Question about the HEX stakes being copied over to Pulse. Will those stakes be taken back if they're not moved? Nope. That like taken back mechanic is only planned for the PLS that Ethereum guys are getting for free. Now look, when we hit testnet, we'll just make sure everything works right and optimize parameters. But like, there's not any plan to like edit ERC20 supplies. There's currently no plan to edit ERC20 supplies or perform some type of time locking kind of thing. It's right now the plan is just to be as simple as possible, pretty much, and just do that with the PLS stuff. Let's see how mainnet goes, or how testnet goes. What's your honest prediction on Pulse? 500x, 1000x, way more. How would I know, man? How am I supposed to know? Where am I measuring the X from? It's launching at 0. So since it's launching at 0 value, any price at all is infinite X. So like, I can't make that type of prediction, bro. I mean, I could tell you that in general, forks of Ethereum have done extremely well price-wise. Extremely well. And I know that, so, and this is the first one of its kind to bring system state with it and 10,000 new coins. And it already has 27,000 plus people in the chat room, and there's already been $22 million given to charity and $175 million sacrificed. I mean, it's amazing. Like, so far, it's really amazing. It's like the fact that the chat room is 10% bigger than the HEXs, but it's been around for 10 times less time is really impressive to me. How much do you suggest the average person sacrifice? I have no idea, dude. Like what? 1, I'm not a financial advisor. 2, I don't know your risk tolerance. 3, like what? I have no idea, dude. How much do you want to risk? Like, I mean, the thing you hear in crypto a lot is, don't invest more than you're willing to lose, which is funny because this is the highest performing asset class in the history of the world. And so you're like, you could have bought HEX on January 5th of last year and sold it when the price doubled, and it doubled 11 times in a year and a half. And so it's like, seems like it worked out pretty good. Like, it just, I don't know. It's weird to include these disclaimers about don't invest more than you're willing to lose on something that's so amazing as cryptocurrency. And you're like, yeah, yes, some people get rug pulled, it goes to zero. Some people use centralized exchanges, they get hacked, it goes to zero. They exit scam you, it goes to zero. You buy the wrong coin, it goes to zero. There's an exploit in whatever crap you buy, it goes to zero. Yes, that happens to people. But when you're buying something that has product market fit and a track record of performance like Bitcoin, Ethereum, HEX, that same disclaimer just isn't as useful because the likelihood that it's going to zero is just less. There's something called the Lindy effect, where the longer something's been around, the more likely it is to continue to be around. You can look it up on Wikipedia if you want. Richard, are you a savant like me? Nope. I'm very, very socially adroit. Everyone's looking that up in a dictionary. Do you have ideas on how to get people to read more? I don't know, write better books? I'm not sure about that one. Some countries have really high readership percentages and some don't. Oh, that's why you sounded like you did on the BBB podcast. Sorry for judging you. Yeah, dude. That's my real accent. That's how it is. I mean, if you want to look like, you want to look up the stats in the school I went to, you'll be like, ah, yeah, I get it. How do we, where can we post a question for Richard Hart to answer? That's a funny one. Well, man, right where you posted that one. How do we participate in the airdrop? Just like, you don't really have to do anything. Depends on, like, if you are an ERC20 holder on the Ethereum network and there are 10,000 various coins of you out there, you're going to get your keys that work on the Ethereum network are going to work on this network. You're just going to go into MetaMask and change your network, click custom network and change some things, like 3 settings. And then you're going to have access to all your coins on Pulse chain. You don't have to do anything. It's pretty awesome. Haha, we need more of that hater voice, yeah. My funny accent. My answer to every hater is look at the chart. True that, man. Do we have to sacrifice to get Pulse, or do HEX holders get it anyways? HEX holders receive absolutely no Pulse. The only people that receive Pulse, the vast, vast majority of people that receive Pulse are those that sacrifice their crypto. So go to Pulse.info, and you'll see all the details there, pulsechain.com as well. But, you know, the only detail that's missing would be the recent addition of BSC being valid for sacrifice. So you can look up those specs on Twitter or in the Telegram. Come on, screen, get bright. I'm tired of looking at this dim crap. Thank you. Usually I edit the firmware to prevent this auto brightness limiting ABL crap, but I just haven't got around to doing it on this one. Tired of my screen dimming. Richard, can you comment on McAfee's position on Bitcoin being worthless and headed to zero because it has no utility? Well, I don't know, man. I don't think that's his position, because before he died, I remember his position being, it will go to $1 million per coin or I will eat my own dick, is what he said. Now, he was kidding, but he was a bull. I don't think going to zero was his position. You might, if you like John McAfee, you might want to watch our interview that we had together on this channel. It was fun. A lot of fun was had. What do you think of the chances of a multi-chain universe? It's already here. I mean, you can use oneinch.io on multi-chain. You can use Etherscan.io on multi-chain. You can use Uniswap on multi-chain, kind of, because they now have a deployment on Optimism Labs, Optimistic Rollup, but that's kind of like another chain. It just is a rollup, you know, it does checkpointing back to the main chain, so to speak. It's a multi-chain world now, right? Like when Pulse comes out, it's going to have bridges to Ethereum. It'll probably have bridges to other chains as well. MetaMask is multi-chain. MetaMask Swap is multi-chain. You're like, it's a multi-chain world. Now, I will say, you know, we've had hundreds of millions of dollars on the Ethereum network come in, and we've only had like $100,000 come in on the AVAX network. There's just nobody there. I don't even know how much is coming on ADA because I forgot we even accepted it, because I can't check the balances because their wallet ecosystem sucks. So it's like, so I don't even know how many sacrifices there's been in Dogecoin, Litecoin, or ADA because their wallets suck. So you're just gonna have to wait until a dev has time to go and pull the whole blockchain down and search for the derived addresses up to a certain gap limit of maybe 10,000, and then you're like, there's the total. We just don't have time for that right now. We'll do it when it's over with. But I mean, it seems like these other like alternate chains just have much lower participation values. Like there's just not as many users there. They don't use their coins as much. It seems like, you know, Bitcoin and Ethereum are the big dogs. Because I mean, Bitcoin's had like, I think 8 million plus in sacrifice so far, and Ethereum's network has had, you know, almost 200 million. And that includes the ERC20s. I think in stables, there's been like, I don't know, 50 million in stable coins. Hey, Richard, will pHEX start from 0 on the Pulse chain mainnet? Yep. I mean, look, I'm not like, I don't control the entire universe, but it's designed to start at 0. I don't have a gun. I can't put it to everyone's head, you know. It's like, well, okay. Maybe that's not the most accurate term, but one Lex Fridman interview, man, I'm busy, dude. He needs to learn how to use the internet. Lex, you watching? You're a technical guy. I have the best production quality on the whole internet. Let's do something live. I've watched your interviews that you had in person with people, and the production quality was lower. The backdrop of a curtain was not as exciting. Like, come on, dude. It's the year 2021. Let's pretend it's the year 2021 and use these awesome computers and awesome cameras for what they're good for, so that I don't have to go pollute the environment flying around. We'll be able to use Pulse chain on 1-inch. I don't know. Let's get the testnet out there and let them build against it. Congrats on the weight loss. Keep going. I will. Thank you. Can I sacrifice my girlfriend for the airdrop? I want to say yes, but probably not. Kind of sounded cool, though. Yikes, why someone banned my comment? It wasn't negative. Bro, you're lucky you just didn't get banned entirely. What are you complaining about? You're obviously, you can still type. Be happy. I don't know what your previous comment was. Hey, Richard, love the jewelry. What do you think is the best way to create a wallet? I think MetaMask.io is the best we have currently. I can suggest a million improvements, but, you know, it's the best we have currently. Richard, what does HEX do? Maybe go to hex.com and click play on the video right there on the homepage. It's short and explains it. It's the world's first blockchain CD. It monetizes time. It's awesome. You're looking great, Richard. Inspiring for all of us that have been slacking. I appreciate the kind words. Literally improving the world by losing weight. Thanks, man. Get back to lifting weights? Yeah, I know, man. I should get into it. It's been a while, man. Used to lift every day. Bench, deadlift, chin-ups. But now, got out of the habit. Got to get back into it. A genius wouldn't eat canned tuna. Bleh. Man, that is delicious. I don't know what you are talking about. Maybe you're eating the wrong can of tuna, man. Because this cans of tuna that I'm eating are delicious. I love it. I love it. Maybe I'm actually a tiger, and I just love eating canned tuna. My heart can't take these massive gains, but then again, I can always just buy a new heart. A diamond-encrusted, self-winding Rolex one. Nice. hire a chef to cook you some legit stuff. I used to have my own in-house chef team, and I had 2 chefs that would rotate shifts, and I would end up eating the healthy food that they cooked me on top of crap that would taste good. And so I just ended up gaining weight. So I didn't do well with my like chef team. Didn't work out. Dan Emmons says, HEX looks like it's going to go to $21 next year based on my Pitchfork chart. Cool. If you didn't like centralized exchanges, why are you cooperating with Binance for the sacrifice? We're not. So Binance has a centralized exchange, but they also have something called Binance Smart Chain, which is a fork of Ethereum that launched with an empty state. And so although there's the word Binance in the name, they're not actually the same thing. They're different. So they have different risk profiles. So in order to steal your money on Binance, it's the easiest thing ever, and they do it all day, every day. They just don't let you take your money out. They just take it from you. But on the smart chain, it's different. They would actually have to like blow their business model away and shoot it in the head and just say, actually, we're performing censorship on this ETH fork. And they haven't done that yet to the best of my knowledge. So accepting sacrifice on the BSC chain is way, way less risky than their centralized trash. So there's Binance in the name, but it's a way different thing. And by the way, getting people to divest their BNB and sacrifice it is a wonderful thing. Like, yes, sacrifice your BNB, please. Sacrifice all of your BSC assets that are supported. Go on to twitter.com/RichardHartWin and look at the list. ETH, wrapped ETH, USDT, TUSD, Cake. There's a list of stuff there. What exchange if I want to sacrifice my mother-in-law? I don't know, man. The TWAP price on that will probably be pretty low, eh? So technical analysis doesn't apply to HEX. Me telling you about the chart curving up is a technical analysis. I'm analyzing the chart shape and the price action. And yes, I think technical analysis does apply to HEX. It used to apply less. The chart in HEX used to be really crazy and unique. Now it is doing things that I'm used to seeing before. So we had a trend line going like this, and for you guys at home, it was going like this. And then, you know, the price would hit it, and it would dip, and it would dip less, and it would hit it, and it would dip less, and it would hit it. So like an upside down dead cat. And then it blew out through the top, and then it tried to dip back down to retest the breakout, and it couldn't even make it. And then it's like just, you know, up forever. But it, you know, you can, if you want to talk about trading HEX and chart patterns and stuff, candlestick patterns, all that stuff, go to t.me/HEX trading. Those guys have got it all figured out, man. They really, when someone's selling, they're eyeballing their wallet, and they're telling you about the past performance of what that guy did. I mean, the people in t.me/HEX trading, they've really got some good analysis there. Most are so used to crypto scams and not knowing it that when a legit completed project like HEX enters the market, they're delusional to it. Yeah. Yep. I agree with you, man. You were 100% right. Richard, I can't believe none of the YouTube crypto influencers talk about HEX. It's ridiculous. Here's the funny part. You know who did talk about HEX? People that got everyone wrecked in 2017. Craig Grant, Trayvon James, Suppo Man, Ian Bellina. All those guys got everyone wrecked in 2017. But they also actually used HEX and tried it and tested it. Suppo Man bought like $150 worth, and he made 50x's money. He just did a YouTube video about it like a couple days ago. So people that were considered the worst YouTubers were actually the only people that tested and tried and used and gave accurate analysis in regards to HEX. And all the people that think that they're wonderful and great, they don't know anything about anything. They've never used it. They've never tested it. They've never tried it. And you're like, so who is more qualified to give you advice? The people that have used it and know it, or the dum-dums that don't know anything about anything? It's just insane. It's like, it's this weird instance where like the people that are supposed to do a good job They're doing the opposite. They're doing a horrible job. It's just crazy to me. It's really crazy. And when we're number one market cap, we'll be looking at all these idiots like, hey guys, you know, you gonna pay attention? How many people you got to see with hex tattoos before you get it? Like, I mean, hex things. It's like what? They're literally delusional. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. I keep hearing crap like, here's the thing you hear. When rug pull, one rug pull, one rug pull. Let me ask you guys a question. This is a total thought experiment question, okay? And I'm not going to tell you the answer. What do you think's more likely? That I would sell hex or that I would buy hex? Good luck. Good luck figuring that out. But like this concept of like when rug pull, what's the opposite of a rug pull? No one ever thinks about that. So it's just like, these guys don't know what they're talking about, man. Now, once again, never have any expectations of profit from the work of others and anything that I'm involved with or the Hexans is involved with. It's just hilarious to me that you hear people talking about when rug pull, and you're like, well, when opposite of rug pull? Why not ask that? These guys are just dumb. Dumb people. Oh, okay, let me rephrase it. They're not dumb. They actually get a lot of stuff right on other things. But in regards to hex, they're just so dumb, and I don't understand why. It's really weird. Richard, if we don't sacrifice and just hold hex, do we get pulse? No. Hex has absolutely no preferential treatment in the pulse ecosystem whatsoever. The only advantage that hex has potentially in the sacrifice phase is that because there's the least of it for sale, it is the most sensitive to US dollar value input and causes the most price appreciation. So, you know, $1 million buying Ethereum is not going to move Ethereum's price, but $1 million buying hex does move hex's price. And so if you had $1 million, you could bump up the hex price. Now, since there's a time-weighted average price, you have the risk that someone else pushes it back down, and you could end up getting less because it's a market timing thing. So there's no preferential treatment for hex and pulse at all. The only thing is during the sacrifice phase, because hex is so scarce and rare, it's more sensitive to economic energy inputs. How many % will you be able to stake Pulse Chain token? I think he's asking like, what's the rate of return going to be for Pulse Chain staker? I really don't know because I don't know. I mean, if the fees are really low and people aren't incurring a lot of fees, then you're not going to have a lot of income as a staker. However, if it doesn't take that much to stake, then your ROI could be good. So it's not knowable yet. Like, let's see how it looks on testnet, and then I'm really not sure what the returns will be for Pulse validators and stakers. I'm really not sure. We'll see. Right on with tuna, Richard. Green smoothies in the morning are great too. Good cellular nutrition. Give it a try. Thanks. Great job on the weight loss. Thank you. Nope. I lost a lot of chat. Sorry, guys. Somebody says they have a cyber truck coming. Cool. Nothing like a bulletproof truck. That's pretty neat. Richard, is Pulse Chain only on Solidity? That question's dumb. Solidity is a programming language that you can use to write code to execute in an EVM, such as the Ethereum EVM. You can also use code such as, oh God, what is their Python version called? I don't even remember. So like Solidity is similar to JavaScript, and then they also have one that's similar to Python, but I can't remember what it's called right now. But you can write in a bunch of different languages against the EVM, and so Pulse Chain is a fork of Geth, which is 90% of Ethereum nodes, and basically 100% of mining Ethereum nodes, and therefore we have the Ethereum EVM, and therefore contracts like HEX, which is written in Solidity, work wonderfully well in that ecosystem. So your question doesn't make any sense, but I answered it verbosely and in a way that would have answered many questions that would have made sense. I guess maybe the best one is you can write in a bunch of different languages They're not just Solidity. Like, for instance, the first Uniswap wasn't written in Solidity. Uniswap v2 and v3 are, but Uniswap v1 was written in that other language that's similar to Python. Will Coinbase wallet work with Airdrop? Yeah. I mean, as long it's a non-custodial wallet where you have your own keys. If we're talking about the Coinbase wallet I think you're talking about. If it's not that and you don't have your own keys, it ain't going to work. Because the exchange would then have the keys, not you, and then they would be able to use the coins, not you. Richard's single-handedly taking out all the competition. Thanks, man. What percent of the total Pulse supply will given be to sacrificers? Like 99% probably, or maybe less. Like, so there's a 1% given to a Genesis address that can waste it in any way they want, and you'll receive no benefit from it. But what does the 1% do? It doesn't benefit you. Nothing. Pretend they blow it on stuff that sucks, okay? And then there's a contract which inflates the supply in order to even out all the automated market makers. And I think that's going to end up with like 2.5%. So those are the only cutouts I know of. So like about 2.5, guesstimate 1%, that's like 3.5. So like I think 96.5%. Well, actually, I think, yeah, about 96.5% should be going to the sacrificer set. No. The stuff's on pulsechain.com. And hey, for you guys that love legalese, read the disclaimer. There's a disclaimer there. It says, hey, crypto can go to zero, and, you know, solar flare could kill all the blockchains, and we're lucky this stuff works at all. And don't have any expectation of profit from the work of others, and a whole bunch of disclaimers there for you guys to read if you want them. Doesn't hurt to read disclaimers. Richard, do you have any Haitian friends? I can't tell you. Maybe. What keyword is that? This is a Norba Touch. It's a Cooler Master Nova Touch with OG PBT keys, which are antique die-sub PBT cherry profile keys, lubed with Krytox and silenced with hypersphere rings. I think it costs about $1,000 to put one of these together. You gotta do it. I mean, you gotta build it yourself. Like, if you want to put the silencing rings on, you gotta destroy, like, open everything up and lube every switch and silence every switch. You know, take you maybe an hour if you know what you're doing. Why no KuCoin chain? What? Do they even have a chain? KuCoin got hacked, bro. What? I don't know about KuCoin, dog. You like exchanges that get hacked? I don't know, man. Richard, any validator, delegator interface details you can share? Yeah, they're on the Twitter, man. Thanks for the question, David Feeder. David Feeder's awesome. You guys should follow him on YouTube if you don't. Feder. If you go to twitter.com/pulsechain.com, you're going to find screenshots of the validator thing, like the interface. How do I sacrifice dollars from outside the U.S.? Well, you can wire transfer SENS.org, and that's one way to sacrifice. You're going to get 25% less credit, but you might get a tax write-off, so that's cool. And I mean, other than that, you're going to have to use a cryptocurrency exchange if you want to enter the sacrifice set. Let's go look at some numbers, right? Let's go check out some numbers. So HEX right now, 15.4 cents. And BTC, I think it's 31,400. Let's check it. Come on, buddy. Yeah, 31,400. Let me tell you. So far, Bitcoin has tapped this horizontal support at 31.4 once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, is the 6th time. When you keep testing resistance, you break through it. When you keep testing support, you break through it. There ain't no such thing as a 6x bottom. I don't think. I think this dumps. That's my opinion. So I expect lower Bitcoin prices soon. Let's go take a look at Ethereum. Unfortunately, yep, same, just wrecked, sitting at like ready to fall off the cliff looking dead cat crap. If you're going to sacrifice your Bitcoin or your Ethereum, no time like now. No time like now. Pulse.info. Let's look at the sacrifice address. $166 million in ERC20s, and I guess that's, let me look here, $121 million worth of HEX. Now look, some of this, like, the sacrifice values will be lower than these because they're tied to when the sacrifice occurred. So like, I'm just telling you what's sitting in the address now. You have to actually look at the time of each sacrifice to know what like the points values are. So right now there's $121 million of HEX, $27 million USDC, $13 million of DAI, $4 million of Tether, sitting in the sacrifice address. Sense Foundation's got 22 million bucks confirmed, and it's really more than that, but they could confirm 22 million so far. Really awesome. And that's like, think about how good that ratio is. It's actually like, we're generating a lot of money for medical research, a lot. Like 22 million is a big number compared to 165. That's a big number, man. So it's really cool. I hope we save some lives. Any numbers that we want to check? No, BTC, ETH, HEX, Pulse sacrifice. No. Back to your questions. Richard, let's say you have a couple million and have everything in crypto. How much different wallets do you recommend to spread it out over? It's too hard a question, man. I mean, it's all about keeping your C-word safe and, you know, keeping your keys out of your computer if you can. Richard, I have an idea, a project idea, but no team. I know you want to improve the world, and I would appreciate the opportunity to share my ideas and details as far as possible. Almost everyone's ideas that they message you with suck. So it's very likely that your idea sucks and you just don't realize it. So you can message me about it, t.me/Richard Hart. But don't be surprised if I tell you your idea sucks. If the US dollar crashes, what value will HEX have? More? The price chart is against the dollar. So if the dollar crashes, the chart number goes up. I mean, yeah. I don't know, man. You could do some type of weird, like, it's a weird question. I mean, the dollar's always crashing, isn't it? The dollar's always becoming worth less. And how has crypto done so far? It's the best performing asset in the history of the universe. And yet the dollar's always losing value. So I don't really understand your question. It seems a little bit weird. When can we see our sacrifice points? There's no reason to connect the DApp. Here's the reason the DApp's there. You don't want people to sacrifice from exchange, and therefore they can't do that from an exchange. So it kind of filters out some people being dumb and enriching their exchanges by letting their exchanges' private keys be rewarded in the Pulse network for their sacrifice instead of themselves. And so having a DApp kind of helped people have a better user experience and that they wouldn't accidentally send from exchange. It is a little confusing though, because you can send from exchange if you're sacrificing to XRP with a memo that you put, that the DApp gives you. The DApp's going to give you a memo. You put that in the memo. That's how you're credited. You can send from exchange when you're issued a unique Bitcoin address because you use the DApp, or a unique BCH address, or a unique ADA address, or a unique LTC address, or a unique Doge address. And so you can send from exchange for those things. You can't send from exchange for AVAX and Ethereum, which are EVM chains, or BSC, which is an EVM chain. You have to take it to your own wallet first. So that's the reason why you need the DApp. You need the DApp to give you unique addresses or give you a memo. But for EVM, you don't need the DApp at all. You just need to have your own wallet that you sent from, because then you have the keys. That's the story. So you don't actually need to use, as long as you have control of your own wallet and you're sending from your own wallet, you don't have to use the DApp on AVAX, EVM, or BSC. And if we support soon TRX and MATIC, you wouldn't need to use the DApp for those either. Oh wait, I think you would for TRX. I don't think you will need to for MATIC, but I think you will actually need to use the DApp for TRX. I haven't gotten to the specifics of it. I'm not sure that we'll even get it done before the phase is over. What's your thoughts on these chain analytic guys that think we're going parabolic soon? If you mean HEX, chart is curving up. If you mean everything else, chart's curving down. Richard, can I ask sacrifice USD outside the USA? I answered that one. Richard, do you like my Ether wallet front end for Ethereum? I don't know anyone that uses it, so I would use MetaMask. Where do you see BTC going? Down, down, down to the burning ring of fire. 9 out of 10 crypto people I know won't participate because they won't learn how to send their crypto from an exchange to a private wallet. Well, they don't have to. I mean, I just explained all that. So they do for EVM, they don't for non-EVM. So a lot of people can send from exchange, but they do need to install MetaMask and go to Pulse.info. Do I buy HEX or Pulse chain? I mean, I already kind of covered this earlier with the 1/3, 2/3 thing. The numbers I pulled out of my butt because it's just a guess. It's just a guess. Like, nobody really knows optimal gameplay because the future is not so easy to predict. Richard, how do you put up with these guys on their when I go on their streams? I'd snap at them. I'm pretty chill usually, man. I get a little bit irritable when I'm like sleep deprived, but I mean, like if I'm not chill, it's because I'm having fun. Like people want to. My audience wants me to savage people, so sometimes I do. Richard Art rocks, Hex rocks, Pulse is gonna rock. Everyone here is on the verge of taking part in greatness. Thank you. David Feeder says, I walk around shirtless constantly now, lols. He's got a sick HEX tattoo on his chest. It's about this big. Looks cool. We got Mitch Ray, Crypto Banter, Hard Forking, Bitcoin, soon Lex. Who did I miss? The tides are turning. Yeah, some people are starting to figure out that HEX is the real deal. Hey, Richard, I have liquid HEX ready to sacrifice. Should I wait until the whales get in? Bro, I have no idea what's up with trying to time the HEX price in regards to the sacrifice phase. You got me, man. Good luck. Richard, can you think of any founders who are more visible than yourself? You are like constantly streaming. Nice work on the Crypto Banter panel earlier. Thanks, man. I'm probably the #1 streaming crypto founder, I guess. Yeah. I never really thought about it, but I do stream and I do found. And I think I do the combination of those things more than anyone else. What is the HEX market cap and why am I getting different answers? Well, you can go to etherscan.io. There you go. Go look at the cap there or go to nomics.com. But look, I mean, a lot of these coin ranking sites, they just think the circulating supply is different or they're just terrible at their jobs. Those are your two options. It's a shame that it took me up to this year to find out about HEX. It's even more shameful that the majority of people in crypto don't know about it. Yeah, it's crazy. It's the best thing in crypto, and people are hiding it from. You're just doing the world harm, guys. They're gonna find out about it, and they're gonna be angry at you for hiding it. Richard, thanks for being so true in this game of promises. No promises, but most promises. What? That's some funny language you got there. HEX is doing a rug push. I mean, in theory, like, let's do some phrasing. Like, rug pull is when you, like, yank the rug and then people fall over. And so what would be the opposite of that? That would be like shooting people up. So that'd be like a cannon. Like but there's no easy word for, like, firing people out of cannons. It's like rug pull is like an easy kind of, like, you can shorten it to one word. So we need something that's the opposite of that, like cannon shot, moon shot. What if you, like, you're on a swing set or on a seesaw and you, like, hit one side and the guy flies off? I need something simple. It's going to be a hard one. Good luck figuring that out, guys. Team up with Roger. He's funding life extension and David Aging also. Good. I messaged him. He knows what we're doing. Maybe he's already participating and nobody knows. I don't know. Some funny comments in chat here. Why can't you check your HEX account balance on a mobile device? Staker.app? MetaMask on mobile? What? What are you talking about? Install Staker.app or use MetaMask on mobile. Easy. Go to go.hex.com. This stuff's on the website. I don't know what you're talking about. Lighting the candles when HEX is $1. Yeah, I'll light these when it's $1. Listen to Richard or stay wrecked, folks. Can we sacrifice by check? I think you can at sens.org. But you like go there and read about it. You get 75% of the points you'd otherwise get. Magic carpet ride. There you go. That sounds cool. Huh. Good job, guys. What's the HEX market cap? It was over 100 billion, like a couple, like, day ago, yesterday, I think. Just curious, without a Pulse coin pegged to the USD, how are investors able to get their money in and out of Pulse chain? Well, either exchanges will list Pulse and the coins on it, or you will just bridge to other networks like Ethereum. So you will be able to exchange Pulse with USDC on Ethereum through bridges. So either exchanges list it or you just use the bridges. So you're going to get value in and out of the system. Genius, that's why we're watching. Richard, do you see Pulse chain having the same success as HEX? The amount sacrificed seems to be like we're witnessing history being made. The Pulse chat room is 10% bigger than the HEX chat room, and it's existed 10 times less time. So I think it's going really amazingly well. It's a lot easier to explain Pulse to people than HEX. It's infinitely easier. You're just like, yeah, it's Ethereum, but with 10,000 new coins that are given to people for free, and saves the environment, and burns the coins, and has no inflation, and you're like, has cheaper fees and higher throughput. It's just really easy to explain that because, like, okay, you're done. You don't really need to explain anything more. But when you're in HEX, it's like people just don't seem to get it. It's just harder to explain to people. Just crazy. It's just like, yeah, it's a blockchain CD. Delays gratification. I don't know. Whatever. Richard, I want to be a validator. How baller do I have to be? No one knows yet. I mean, there's a limited amount of space for validators, and it's really up to how many people want to stake their coins and how many people want to delegate stake. And I have no idea what the like limits are going to be to get in, because there is no limit. It's just whoever wants to do it, and then if someone wants to do it more and stakes more, they get to be one, and the other guy drops off. Yep, lost everybody's chat again. What kind of rings are those? Material? They're silver. Well, this is white, gold, and diamonds. This is silver, silver, silver. These are Thomas Sabo. So they have like nice detail. They don't cost that much. These are like maybe $500 each, maybe. Like 300 to 500, I think. $10,000 points equals how? That's points are 1-to-1 ratio to Pulse tokens is the plan. Richard, is watching TV or sports a waste of time like poker or video games? Yes. Yes, it is. You could be doing something. You could be playing sports instead of watching them. You could be making TV shows instead of watching them. Like, people consume too much content and generate too little. I'm going to buy expensive Rolex watches and Louis Vuitton clothes too. Yeah, I've seen a lot of that. I saw someone else buy one of these, but without the diamond HEX toys. Bought the same Rolex SARU rose gold with diamond bezel or diamond dial, SARU bezel, and you know, it just doesn't have the diamonds in the bracelet because it's really hard to find. He just got one of those. He was showing off a little video of it. So Hexicans tend to, for some reason, like the same stuff I like. So like I had $1,000 Philippe Plein t-shirt, saw 2 of them on Hexicans in the Las Vegas event. You know, it's kind of cool. I like stuff because it's cool, and then you guys probably like it because it's cool too, or maybe you like it because you like me. I don't know. I like all of that. Why do you keep your Lewis luggage stacked up behind your desk? Put it in your garage? Yeah, it's stupid, isn't it? But it's baller just because people know it's expensive. So I just put it there because people know it's expensive. That's it. I got $1 million of watches sitting here. I got, I don't know, 20, 30K of Louis crap sitting around here just to show proof of work. You want to know the difference between, you know, the poor guys and the rich guys? You got to make it very obvious for people. So you just punch really hard and make it obvious for them. There's absolutely no technical reason why I would just shove a bunch of luggage behind my chair here. It's just to show off. I should just show receipts. I could just pin receipts behind me and be like, oh, look how expensive everything is. But it seems nouveau riche. Dude, you're awesome, Richard. Thank you. Can you get on a stream with Vitalik? I actually didn't even think about that. It's a good question. That's actually a good question. Maybe I should message him. When does Pulse go live? Like the test, like the code's done. We need to have the test net to test it. We already have that privately, but we need the public one. We can't release that until. I already answered this question earlier, man. This is earlier in the stream. Go rewind. Soon, like, I mean, I hope to have testnet next week, like released. I hope. During the HEX launch, you warned people about a pump and dump that could happen. During the HEX launch, you warned people that a pump and then a dump could happen in the first few days, like the EOS chart. Is it possible the same thing could happen the first few days of Pulse being live? I don't know how you're going to be able to have that happen when it starts at 0. So because Pulse and the coins are launching at 0 and then the market is going to find their price, I don't think there's anywhere to dump from. So what do you think about Charles Hodgkinson? Look, man, I'm bringing adoption to his chain. You can sacrifice ADA for the Pulse.info Pulse chain sacrifice phase. But it ain't the code, like, it doesn't work that good. It just doesn't work that good. I don't know how much ADA people have sacrificed because their wallet infrastructure sucks. So it's been around for a long time and it doesn't do what everyone wanted it to do. Pulse chain will have smart contracts before ADA. ADA's been around for 5 years longer. What do you want me to tell you? Are we still doing the sacrifice size over 30 minutes on average? Yeah, I mean, the plan is to do a 30-minute TWAP, but if it's too hard, we just won't. But the plan is a 30-minute TWAP. I mean, it might be easier to grab some feeds that are at an hour. Like I think FTX feeds are at an hour. I just grab those. It's whatever's most convenient, man. We're just trying to be fair, you know? CoinMarketCap sites are paid to lie. All right. What's your favorite HEX meme so far? There's a bunch of good ones, man. I mean, recently I like the one that had like, what was his name? The Skywalker dude. Anyway, I don't want to, it takes too long to remember all the names, but I've seen some funny memes, man. t.me/hex memes, hexmemes.reddit.com. Richard, I love you, man. It's my birthday. Can I get a shout out? Yes, Jose A. Urbina, you can. Richard, do you still think Bitcoin is going to 10K within a year? Yep. Richard, talking to us is the equivalent of talking to kindergarten kids. Hashtag big brain. What are the network settings for Pulse Chain? They don't exist yet because we have to publish the network. So just wait. I mean, I could try and copy. Like the most important one is going to be an IP address. And you don't have that until it's hosted. So gotta wait. It's really going to be a domain name that is using DNS to point to an IP. I mean, you could stick a static IP in there, but then people would have to change it. Like, just wait for the testnet, man. It's going to happen. Moonshot, Catapult, Flying Carpet, Mortar, Trebuchet, Rug Stacking, Trampoline. This is how far behind I am. I'm 10 minutes behind. Sorry, guys. Magic Carpet Ride. I think that's the best one. I think Magic Carpet Ride is the winner there. Flying Carpet. Someone asked about my diet. Beautiful Dev Kyle asked about my diet. Yeah, I'm down from 263.5 or 0.8 to today it was like 250.1 or 2, and then yesterday it was like 249.8, I think. So I've lost, I guess, 12 pounds. I didn't get into HEX until right before the big payday, and so many were talking trash, I wasn't sure of what to do. I only got like 150 worth, and now it's worth $6,500 today. Congratulations, Rebecca. I'm glad to hear that. A lot of people voting for Catapult here. I think Magic Carpet Ride's good, because it's also a good song. I wanna ride on that magic carpet ride. I think it's Coolio. I think it's a Coolio song. That's how old I am. Going plaid. Liquidity injection. Sounds erotic, man. Richard, what did you do as a career job before getting into the crypto game? I was a retired self-made entrepreneur who had a 150 employee marketing company that did 60 million a year in turnover back in 2003. Then I retired and started traveling the world in my 20s. So I was retired at 25, maybe earlier. And before that, I had a car stereo store, then search engine optimization, Miracle Cleaner, cash advance loans, sex toys. Some of these businesses lost money. Cash advance loans just lost money. But some of them did really well. So also had foreclosure bailouts, mortgage company, if I didn't say it, I can't remember. I used to fix air conditioners for my dad and deliver newspapers when I was like super, super, super young. I mean, if you go to t.me/hex crypto and type !past, it'll send you links to videos I've done on my past with interviewers. Rug stand. Do you build smart contracts? HEX is a smart contract. Richard, is it possible to redirect the unclaimed freemium tokens to sends? I don't really want Sens to get HEX or to get Pulse because they only sell what they receive. And I like people to buy HEX and buy Pulse. Well, can't buy Pulse yet, doesn't exist. But, you know, so I like to see Sens donations and everything except HEX. So you can't give HEX to them. They don't accept it. Is this low volume for anyone else? Bro, I can't believe you guys are going to make me check my own audio. My God. Why? I'm going to tell you whether it's low volume or not right now. Here we go. Get ready for some echo. Is this low volume for anyone else? Bro, I can't believe you guys are going to make me check my own audio. Nope, it's not low volume. It's you. My stuff's wonderful. Make sure that you don't have echo anymore. Yeah, you're fine. Going to get some HEX as soon as I get some money. Love your style, man. Thanks, man. How many HEX did it take to get a T-share when HEX was first launched? It was like... So on HEX terms, that would have been the lowest ever number. And I think... I can't remember, man. It was low. I mean... I don't remember the number. None on the wiki list for the highest money crowdfunded projects are for a greater good cause comparable to PLS Send sacrifice in the first 48 hours. Thank you, man. We really are changing the world. We really are trying to save lives. We are trying to make everything better for everybody. I'm doing my best, man. I give you free self-help books. I give you no ads on my YouTube channel. I give you free coins. I give you the world's largest airdrop. I'm doing my best. We got $22 million so far in just the first 2 days raised for medical research. I'm doing the absolute best I can to be a wonderful human being. I'm really, really, really working hard. I like the show best without the revolving watches. Well, they stopped, so lucky you. Pulse of Persia. Lol. Richard, I've been told by many that I have a sex addiction. I've been denying it for as long as I can remember because it sounds ridiculous. I read your book, reads like a blog, but still denying it. I mean, look, you're designed to have sex. Period. You are the result of a long line of thousands of generations of people having sex and taking care of their kid long enough for it to thrive and have sex on its own. You're the result of 1,000 of those, more. So you're supposed to want to have sex. And it's supposed to be important to you. Now, sex addiction is when it's causing more harm than good, and it's negatively affecting your life. Then it's a problem. But otherwise, like, do I have a typing addiction because I type every single day of my life? Do I have a breakfast addiction? Do I have a breathing addiction? Doing something all the time is not the problem. It's negative externalities and effects on other parts of your life may be the problem. So if you're not having, you know, if you're not having negative stuff involved, you can have lots of sex, and that's better, in my opinion. So, you know, your comment is only as useful as you declare what type of problems you're having. But just having lots of sex on its own, it's awesome. It's better. It's not worse. Ask Motley about the candles he just bought. They don't make a mess when lit. They're the ones with the hexagons on them. In general, I actually do not like beehive and chicken wire looking hexagon patterns. I think it subtracts from the power of the logo. So the hexagon logo on its own is amazing, but then if you beat it up with a million hexagons behind it, it just doesn't punch as hard. So I'm not a big fan of the chicken wire theme. So with some of the candles I've seen with just like so a million hexagons on them, they look a little bit weird. Richard, can you make a coin better than the stupid MATIC? That's what Pulse Chain is. You're welcome. PulseChain.com. What are the minimum server tech specs for validators? I'm not sure yet. We're just getting servers now, so you have to wait till, it's a great question. You got to wait till testnet launches. Is there going to be a lockup mechanism for Pulse tokens? If you stake them, yeah. But there's not a time component. I think you have to leave them locked for a day, I think. I have to check. I need to check with devs on these specific parameters because some of these variables are still open to optimization during the testnet. Is it possible to get a timer on the Pulse chain site to track what day we're into? Yeah, I mean, sure, but I mean, we could also add like the notice that BSC is supported, and we could like also update the front end to have BSC and maybe TRX and maybe MATIC, and I mean, dude, there's a lot of stuff to do, and I'm not sure that the timer is going to make that list. Here's people saying my mic volume's too low again, and here's me. I'm going to publish a screenshot. You know what? Well, I can't write to my Twitter from this. I'm going to publish a screenshot of my mic, and it is literally in the green and in the yellow. Like, it can't be more perfectly set. So I don't know what to tell you. Either my mic indicator is lying to me. I just checked it. I just listened to it. It was fine. Maybe you guys are just used to me clipping all the time. Let's go look at some values, guys. Let's go check out where the numbers are at. Share price right now for T-share is $2,821. Used to be 60 cents 557 days ago. Might be 558 now. What else am I looking at? Oh, prices. Let's go look at some prices. 15.5 cents on HEX. The Sacrifice wallet has got 169 million of what do you call it? ERC20s. It's got about 1 million of ETH sitting there. And then I just pulled the same window twice. What am I doing here? Oh, I have it in 2 windows. All right, let's close one. Ethereum sitting at like 1869. BTC sitting at 31,365. I'll get you a tighter price. 1 second. Yeah, 31,385. What else? Yeah, so I'm gonna zoom through you guys' questions, man, because I want to get back to work. Oh, a shit ton of MATIC on Coinbase. We suggest converting it to Ethereum and then send the Ethereum to a wallet for converting into HEX. That sounds like an okay plan. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. You could just convert it into USDC. So get a little bit of ETH to do transactions. So the USDC books are a little bit thicker than the ETH books by like 5 or 6x. So you're going to get less slippage on USDC. So basically, like, if I were you, you could take your MATIC on Coinbase, swap it for USDC, and then have enough ETH to pay transaction fees, like get 100 to 200 bucks of ETH, and then use 1inch.io to swap the USDC for HEX. That seems like an okay plan. I mean, I'm not sure how thick the like MATIC USD books are on Coinbase. If the books are really thin, then you might be better off swapping MATIC for ETH. I'm not, I'm not looking at that order book. Shout out to Valentina, Amelia, and Ethan who are listening to you while baking a cake right now. New to crypto, bought HEX. I heard you say that after 30 days, if you don't move it on Pulse or use it, it gets taken back. Nah, that's just the PLS. We're not doing that to the ERC20s. How many validators are there? We got to choose a number. It'll be like something in between 1 and 100. It's a variable that doesn't really matter that much. Basically, the larger that number gets, the lower the average quality of the server, because there's a power law distribution and server quality and server administration quality. So a lower number is likely to have a better average user experience. I'm going to start doing something similar, Richard. Thank you for always inspiring and encouraging us to become the best version of ourselves. Thank you. Appreciate that, man. I think there will be a commercially accepted commerce token on Pulse chain at some point due to low fees. Very possible. Richard, why do you prefer MetaMask over Staker? Staker has really, really cool features. So like if you're okay installing apps on your phone, then Staker.app has really cool features that show you, like, you can just paste your address in there. It'll show you where you rank amongst the different holders. It'll show you how many people are buying, how many are selling, beautiful price chart, the value of all your stakes, estimate emergency unstake penalties for you. Really amazing features, all those features. Their wallet side incurs a little bit of extra gas fees because it uses these Gnosis smart wallets. And I think they charge some fees on using that wallet, like to start stake, end stake, stuff like that. So for me, I just don't really install apps on my phone. And, you know, I like to have a normal wallet instead of a smart wallet because it's just more attack surface, in my opinion. So everyone's having a good time. I've never heard of anyone having any problems with Staker.app, and I refer people to install it and check out their stat screens and things. But you need to, you know, like I don't even know what their fee structure looks like, so you'd have to look at it. HEX has been such a success, especially lately. Why are you not just modifying that instead of making a new one? What? Who's modifying HEX? Or why wouldn't I modify it? Why would what? It's perfect. What are you going to do to it? Give it a network that has lower fees and higher throughput, maybe? But that's not really HEX, is it? See? So, like, HEX is doing wonderful. No changes needed. You have to understand, like, we know what we're doing. The fees on Ethereum got too high. We need higher throughput. We need lower fees. Someone has to build it. Period. You gotta understand how high the fees on Ethereum were. It would cost $300 to do a Uniswap transaction, and it would cost $100 to send an ERC20. Do you think it's okay that it costs $100 to send an ERC20? I don't think it's okay. So it needs fixed. And how do you fix it? By building something better. Well, we already built it. Testnet soon. I mean, we've got a private testnet done, but like public testnet, so you guys can run validators soon. Hopefully next week. I mean, like, publish the GitHub and pick some servers. Let's go. Like, it's really close. There's nothing. The hardest part of all that is actually like setting up the admin controls on the stupid servers. Like, people got wrecked in AMC garbage. Wouldn't surprise me. Oh, pHEX have the same token contract address as HEX. Yep. Did you just say sex toys? Yep. Car stereo? Yep. Do I like subwoofers? Yep. Do I like loud bass? Yep. I sure do. Used to have 612s in my Bronco. Used to have 615s in my Bronco as well. But firing up, they weren't as good as 612s firing backwards. I forgot I have a few ADA and I'm trying to send it now, but the motherfucking wallet is taking forever to load. I feel you, man. You made me curse. I did so well this stream not cursing. You made me curse by reading your comment. Darn it. Cash advance loans are worse than a pawn shop. That's right. It's usury. It's horrible. It's garbage. I'm glad that business lost money and died. Volume is great. Audio good. I'm so far behind. I'm 15 minutes behind now. I'm just going to scroll quicker here, guys. I sacrificed BTC. When and where to see my points? You're just going to have to wait. I mean, well, okay, you could do that like now. So I gave instructions on how to monitor Bitcoin. You can actually see Bitcoin. Bitcoin's working fine. You can see in real time the Bitcoin stuff. If you go to twitter.com/RichardHartWin, you'll see where I teach you how to install Electrum and then load the XPub as a watch-only wallet and then increase the read ahead and or the gap limit, and you're going to be able to see all the transactions in real time. So you can see your stats if you follow the instructions right now. For Bitcoin and for Bitcoin Cash. Thank you much, Sir Richard Hart. Blessings upon blessings. Thank you. Hey, Richard Hart, what's your thoughts on Optimistic Bridge Uniswap V3? Will it pose any challenges for Pulse sacrifice going forward? I appreciate your work. Nope. They're running Uniswap on an optimistic rollup, and it's considered like risky in test mode because it's new, and maybe some people are using it. Cool. But I don't really care anyway, because like, look, I want the best order execution. Okay, how do you get the best order execution, which means the best price? You got to route across a bunch of different places. Why? Because you get more liquidity across a bunch of different places. Okay, so you use Matcha.xyz or 1inch.io to place your orders, and then it's going to spread across the most order books. Okay, so now what's the opposite of that? The opposite of that would be the smallest order book and spread across the least places. Okay, well, where could you do that? The optimistic Uniswap V3 brand new rollout. It's going to have no liquidity. And even if it had as much liquidity as the real Uniswap V3, it needs to spread across a bunch of other stuff as well. So it's not useful to anyone that's doing any kind of volume because there is no volume on it. And even if the volume was as high as the real Uniswap, just the real Uniswap on its own is also not useful. You must spread your orders across everything at once, or you're going to get screwed on the price. You're going to get screwed on the price. Now, if you're doing $1 million order, you're going to lose 15 grand. So do you want to not lose 15 grand? Do you want to make 15 grand? Well, then you use Matcha.xyz or 1inch.io or limit orders. So, you know, like, I don't care about the Uniswap V3 Optimism thing. Even if it had volume, I still don't care because I need even more volume. I need all of the volume at once. I need all the liquidity at once to get the best price. So it just doesn't matter to me. David Feeders keeps asking about the minimum server specs because I didn't answer because I'm 15 minutes behind. Like I said, wait for mainnet and then I'll tell you. Because we'll just look at the load, right? Like we need to see the load and we need to see how the code's responding, and then we need to see the latency, and then we'll know where the choke points are, whether it's memory bound or latency bound or CPU bound or bandwidth bound, right? We need to test it to benchmark and blueprint it to give you advice on what server is likely to work best. Question, do you think Tether will trend towards $1 on Pulse? If yes, do you think it will be a good idea to sell out your crypto for Tether before the snapshot and then convert it back? I think that would be a very extremely risky proposition because you can't redeem them for anything. They're not redeemable for dollars. So I don't know what value they will have. I really don't think it will be zero. But I would be real surprised if it was $1. That would be... I would not suggest doing that at all. Not at all. If I'm staking, say, 100K HEX, will I get any Pulse? Nope. I'm asking because no way I'm unstaking. I love my HEX. I feel you. You're going to get HEX on 2 chains. If you have HEX now, or you have HEX stakes now, you're going to get them on 2 chains. Congrats. Guys, please like me and like me on my video. Click like. Twitter.com/RichardHartWin. I'm going to type this in chat. It's important for you guys. HTTPS. Let's do PulseChain.com first. Oh, here's my free books. They're good. Go read my books. Free books, free videos, free chat, free coins, world's largest airdrop, $22 million raised for charity, $165 million sacrifice so far. Actually, it's more than that because there's like 8 or 10 on Bitcoin side too. So it's like 175 million. We're changing the world. We're making everyone's lives better. We're doing the best we can. We're taking over. Join us. Go visit pulsechain.com now. Check out the chat room, t.me/pulsechain.com. Hit me up on Twitter, twitter.com/RichardHartWin. Follow, like, subscribe, click the bell. Richard Hart on YouTube, youtube.com/RichardHart. I'm going to go work. It was a pleasure talking to you guys. Keep it real. Hope you're all getting rich out there. Hope your dreams are coming true. See you later, guys.